I am gonna crack open an Alani because it's like 2 p.m. and I haven't had any caffeine since this morning. I had coffee and I'm pouring it into ice because I just got back from Target, so they're not cold yet. But I only want to drink about half. I feel like that might be good. The cherry twist is so good. It's so refreshing. It's like the perfect summer drink. Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a March and April, that's a kind of a tongue twister, March and April reading wrap up. And I have to be honest, it's not that many books. I was kind of in a reading slump and I don't know, it was just like it was just kind of weird months for me. I was reading so slow. I feel like everything I was reading was good. It just wasn't really catching my attention. I don't know. It was just a couple weird months, but we're gonna go over the books that I read, what I thought about them, and yeah, just kind of fill you in because a lot of these books I didn't do reading vlogs on, which is really sad, but they were just taking me so long that I feel like it wasn't even worth making a video for. So I just decided I would put it all in this video, kind of what I thought about everything. So to start off in March, the beginning of March, there was a new release that I was so excited about because I absolutely loved the first one, and that was Wildfire by Hannah Grace. This is the sequel to Icebreaker, and it's not about the same characters, but it's about people in the story. So this is all kind of part of like the Maple Hills series. This specific one was about Russ and Aurora, which Russ we did see in the first book, so like we know who he is, we know his story and everything. So Russ and Aurora have a one-night stand at their Maple Hills college, and then they both end up working at the same summer camp. So it's like immediately after they both show up and they're both working at the summer camp, and it's kind of like them feeling out the vibes between each other in, you know, being like, oh, I know you, but like I don't really know you type of thing. I thought it was so cute. I loved all of the little banter. I really enjoyed this one. I feel like it was just a super cute college romance. There's not too much into it. You know, they're both dealing with family issues, which in college is definitely one of the biggest things that you have to deal with in a relationship. You're just kind of coming into your adulthood. You're recognizing all of these issues that your family has and you're learning how to deal with them, but also become your own person. So there was things like that. I don't want to spoil anything, but I loved this book and I ended up giving it a 4 out of 5. So I would definitely recommend this if you're looking for like a cute college romance. And if you haven't read Icebreaker, make sure to read that one first. So for the second book that I read in March, that was The Fake Out by Stephanie Archer. This was actually on Kindle Unlimited, so I pulled out my Kindle and I read it on there. That book is the second one after Behind the Net. It's like the Vancouver Storm hockey romance books. I absolutely loved this book. You know, it's about, I have the worst memory. What were their names? I think it was Rory and Piper, or I'm gonna have to look it up. Okay, I got my computer because I had to pull up the Goodreads to remember their name. I don't know why. I am just so bad with remembering books. It's like the second I close the book, I forget everything that happened. I have to like review on Goodreads what I thought about the book. I think I seriously need to like start a book journal or something, or keep notes while I'm reading. So then whenever I do wrap ups, like I have my thoughts down, because it's so hard for me to remember like last month or the month before. This book was about Rory and Hazel, and this is the sister of the main character in the first book, and then Rory is the friend of the other main character in that book. So we know both of these characters before starting the book. If you've read the first one, you already know both of the characters, and this was a super cute slow burn hockey romance. It's just one of those like feel-good books about relationships, sports. Everyone loves a good hockey romance. I would recommend this book. I really enjoyed it. It's on Kindle Unlimited and I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. Okay, so the third book that I read is actually The Teacher by Frida McFadden, and I listened to this on audio on Spotify Premium. I don't know what it is about listening to a thriller on an audiobook, but it just makes you feel some type of way. I feel like it's almost like you're watching a movie more than reading the book. It feels so much more suspenseful, and it could be that the voice actors are just so good. You feel like you're almost like listening into a conversation more than like reading the conversation, if that makes sense. So I listened to this a lot when I was crocheting, and I don't know, I really enjoyed it. I feel like you could really feel the thriller feeling whenever you're listening to it. So this one was a little weird. It was about a husband and wife who are both teachers, and it's about a student that they have, like one of the teachers is involved with the student. I'm not gonna lie, it was a little bit uncomfortable of a like topic. Some of the times I was reading it and I was like, this is so inappropriate. It's just gross, you know what I mean? It's like a teacher and a student. So classic Frida McFadden, twist at the end. It was entertaining, but definitely kind of a weird read at the same time. For the teacher, I gave it a 3.5 out of 5 stars. Like, it was a good one, but it wasn't like my favorite or anything. So I listened to that on audiobooks, and then I was really feeling the thriller after reading that. I was like, you know what, I'm in the mood for another thriller. So I went ahead and listened to The Inmate by Frida McFadden. This was also on Spotify Premium, so I listened to the audiobook. This one was good. It was a little bit slow, I feel like. I don't know. It definitely was not my favorite Frida McFadden book. It's pretty down there on the list of her books. It was about a nurse practitioner that works at a prison, and someone from her past is in the prison, and it kind of is like revisiting everything that happened in her past. The book goes between past and present and kind of fills you in on the story until eventually you're kind of caught up on both ends, and then she figures out everything else. It's a good read. I did enjoy the audiobook of it, and I ended up giving this one a 3 out of 5. Those were my March reads. The Inmate kind of went into the beginning of April. The whole month of April, I only read one book. I was really struggling, and that was Crown of Midnight by Sarah J. Maas. I really struggled reading this book, and I think it's just because the first half of it was so slow for me. I could not get interested in it. I still wanted to know about the story, but I just feel like not enough was happening that it made me want to like pick up and keep reading it. Once I got to the halfway point, the second half of the book was like, there's a lot going on. I was really interested in the storyline. I wanted to know what would happen. And I would say that the majority of the month was me just finishing the first half, and then within the last week, I read the second half of the book like nothing. This is book 2 of the Throne of Glass series. The first book, you know, is kind of setting up the story. So when I started this one, we already knew about the characters. We already knew what was going on. It was just more story development. First half of the book, not really much was happening. Second half of the book, a lot more drama, a lot more things happening. Selena, I don't know if it's that I haven't really connected that much with her, or I don't know if I feel like she's just immature for an assassin, which I understand that she's only like 19 or something, but in my head she would make more mature choices. I don't know. I did like that we got a little bit of romance in here, not much, but a little bit, and I feel like that really piqued my interest. Once that started happening, I was more interested in like the book and the storyline, and I kind of wanted to know what was going to happen. I just enjoyed just a little bit of romance, at least a little bit of like suspense, like are they going to be together? Are they not going to be together? You know, a little bit of flirtatiousness. I always enjoy it. So we got a little bit of that in here. I did enjoy the book. I think it's just that first half, not my favorite. Second half, I really enjoyed. I ended up giving this one a 4 out of 5 because we did learn a lot of things that we need to know for the series, and now I'm ready to keep going. I actually finished that right at the end of April. So starting in May, I just started The Assassin's Blade. Yeah. That's really all I have. Like I told you, I didn't read that many books. I only read 3 books and I listened to 2 audiobooks. So 5 in total. Not my best, but we did get some read. We're gonna try to keep up the motivation for this month. I think I put 4 books on my May TBR, and I'm going to start those now, so then I'm not like waiting until the last week and then trying to get through them all. And I did a good mix of audiobooks, Kindle books, and paperback books. So I feel like that's going to be nice. I have a reading vlog for Crown of Midnight if you want to check that out. And then I also just started the Assassin's Blade reading vlog. So be on the lookout for that. I think that's all I have for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in my next video.